Question of the day. So, y'all mean to tell me y'all gonna go out here and vote like your voice matters? Y'all are not going to learn. None of that stuff matters because your voice don't matter when you go and apply to get a bank loan. Your voice don't matter when you're on the side of the road dealing with cops. Your voice don't matter when you're out there marching on the street. Your voice don't matter when it's being used to protest. Your voice don't matter to beg. Your voice don't matter for nothing. So y'all don't get the point that it don't matter what you do, who you are, however much money you give these people. It don't matter how much you say you love them and you act like you love them. Don't matter how submissive you are. They're not going to listen to you. They never will. These are not your people, and their business is to not listen to you. That's how they make money, having people to oppress. They're not put on this earth to care about you. They're not put on this earth to love you. They're not put on this earth to protect you. We got a God to do every single one of those things. And y'all just keep going back to your oppressor, thinking that just because you're going to vote, you're going to get something out of it. You're not going to get nothing. You're going to get a hard time because they were put on this earth to be your punishment. They were put on this earth to be a sword and any kind of weapon against you. So you're telling me that you're going to get involved in this whole process and the process after, and vote and speak up, get involved any kind of way that you can to get some end results of getting something out of a system that has never gave you anything. You've got nothing repeatedly, and all of a sudden you guys think that things are going to change, but y'all didn't pay attention to the fact that there's an electoral college. You don't vote nobody in. These people are pre-picked, pre-planned, predestined. They already got agendas. They don't come with their own agendas. They got people who are higher than them giving them agendas. They don't get to pull any kind of strings. They got other people pulling strings on them. These people are not independent. These people work with other big businesses, and they got lobbyists in there trying to lobby them, give them some money, bribe, but y'all know y'all don't have nothing. Y'all don't know nothing about politics because this ain't your system. Y'all don't know anything about action because we aren't given the choice of having action that's going to be profitable for us, because this obviously ain't our world. This ain't our nation state. None of this ain't our business. So if you think you're going to be heard, you're going to have to change your nationality, your spirituality, your skin tone, your way of thought. You're going to have to change everything, and you're going to have to lower yourself to a demonic field and be like the beast of the earth, because these people come at a different perspective than you, because you think spiritual. You think about life after this life. You think about cause and effect. These people don't. They're just here for big business. You think you're just voting for a president when you got DARPA, you got the FCC, you got the FDA, you got all these alphabet groups that are linked up with the so-called president, with the so-called congressman. It's a whole entanglement. So it don't make sense trying to have a love affair with your enemy. These people don't give two flying hoots. They didn't come to you ever and say, how can we make this better? We got the resources. Let's get together. Let's all band together and listen to these people when they're crying and screaming, begging for help, on the street protesting. This is sad. This is pitiful. But what they did instead is they gave rights to women who are not, you know, chosen people. Let's just say that. They've given gay people rights. They've given people with disabilities rights. They gave people who are unemployed rights. Everybody got some kind of bill of rights. Everybody got some kind of protection. Everybody got some agencies to go to back them up. But the so-called people who like getting the crumbs from the so-called master's table keeps going back to get smacked up, to get shot up, to keep getting oppression 10 million different ways. You think that if you vote for whoever nowadays, they're going to switch stuff up. They're not going to switch anything up. They're going to be wearing a Klan's member outfit with a different color, maybe with a different cloth. It's the same thing. So you vote for one thing that you don't get lynched. You vote for one thing for not, you know, no police brutality, but then they throw another trick on the table. Okay, since we can't shoot them, how about we poison their food, poison their water, kick them out of housing. They will figure out every other way to get you jacked up. It's not just a one-dimensional thing. This is like 3 dimensions. This goes into the spirit realm, the financial realm, all over, all matters of like evil. They got y'all pinned on every single corner. So if you're going to come at them, you gotta know what's in their mind. You gotta know their agenda. You gotta know from every way that they're gonna come at you. But you don't, because you're not them. They're not gonna let you in their circle. They're not gonna let you vote somebody of their own corporation out of their system. That doesn't make sense. That's like saying, well, I'm not a Mason, but I want to vote a Mason out of their synagogue. That don't make sense. Everything's already established before you. You're not gonna come over here and try to do order out of chaos. Now y'all gotta let these people have their way, and let God do the work, and y'all do what you're supposed to do in the meantime, and you take it to your God. So y'all out here voting for people that you don't even know, voting for people that don't even care about you, and voting for people that obviously has other agendas other than you. They got 50 million other people to care about, and you think that you're going to be top priority when you're the so-called minority in their system. So it's not working. It never has. Y'all been lynched. Y'all been put in slavery. Y'all been sold. Y'all been bought. Y'all been raped. Y'all been had drugs planted on you. Y'all had all kind of things going on towards you 50 million different ways. So the fact that we're even going back and forth with this, talking about vote or die and voting is your voice, will never make sense. Not in this world. Not for us now. So what y'all are telling me that y'all want is y'all want a sympathetic oppressor. Y'all want somebody who's gonna act like they care for you, and then behind closed doors be funding some kind of group that's trying to shoot down some kind of so-called benefit for you. There is no benefit for you now. There never will be no benefit for you now. You thought slavery was over, but when you look around with a spiritual eye, you are still enslaved. when you thought that we were free, when y'all thought that we had rights. We ain't got no rights. We got duties. We ain't got the right to nothing. We got the right to go through hell. We got the right to get destroyed, get shot up. We got the right to pray in that space where you're exercising your privilege to be in the grace of God. You know, y'all gonna think y'all gonna come forward to your oppressor and beg, and he gonna throw you a steak. It's all, you know, the same people. These people have to be related, because time after time after time, there's always some kind of agenda. Always. If you're gonna vote from the top, you better vote to the bottom, because all of this has to change, and that's not going to be the case. I mean, there's nothing that you can do, nothing you can say, nothing you can think, nothing you can breathe, no way you can die. There's nothing that is going to change this system. Just because you get one person in office in a business isn't going to change the whole scheme of things, because there's a public and there's a private sector. You can't take control of all of those things. The only thing you can change is yourself. And matter of fact, you can't even change that. God's already in control of that. All this stuff is just predestined, and you're playing this stuff out. So at the end of the day, there is a biblical verse that is telling us we're not supposed to vote for somebody out of our own tribe. Let me try to find that. You're not supposed to engage in the system. Alright, so let's look at this. This is Deuteronomy 1:13. Take you wise men and understanding, and known among your tribes, and I will make them rulers over you. So, if you're going to be voting for somebody, let it be somebody from your own culture, from your own understanding, from your own perspective, from your own nationality, because there will always be culture clash. There's no satisfying everybody. That will never be the case in this world. There's opposition from every single group on every single side. You can't please everybody. So y'all need to explain to me, when have y'all ever been listened to? Y'all not going to be listened to. It shouldn't have to take a vote for somebody to care about you. And that's really demonic, for somebody to jump into the mix all of a sudden and start asking for permission to rule over you. That sounds like you're setting yourself up, because voting is an obvious tactic for them to see, okay, who wants us to rule over them, not who wants us to do this, because you're not going to choose what they're going to do. You're going to choose who you want to rule over you, and they're going to have a lot of choices for y'all to pick from, but y'all gonna pick. Y'all will never pick what they're going to do. You can't tell none of them what to do. This is their world. This is their government business, and they're going to rule it how they want to rule it. So they're going to try to jack you up with vaccines. They're going to try to jack you up, jacking up your water, like in Flint, Michigan. That water is probably still jacked up. They're going to jack you up with mass incarceration. They're going to jack you up with neglecting you in the hospitals. They're going to jack you up, giving you the ability to mess up your own households via the court system. They're going to mess you up in every single way. So to go to your own oppressor doesn't make any sense. At the end of the day and at the beginning of the day, God should be the priority. God should be the one you're talking to. And And y'all should be listening to God, because he's given us clear instructions during these times of what we should and should not do and how we should do it. But y'all don't want to go to God. Y'all want to go to your own oppressor. Y'all want to beg your own oppressor instead of you know, appeasing God when he's got this all figured out. These people, you know, they are granted some authority, but they're not granted authority to do anything and everything that they want. There's obviously limitations, because if they did what they wanted to do, they would have murked us all. We would have all been gone. There would be no existence of any of us. But for some reason, no matter what they do, there's still a remnant of us being held somewhere, protected. So y'all know that even if you were to vote for your own kind and they're up there somewhere floating around in the big grand scheme, they're going to be sellouts, because it can't sustain with having somebody who cares about us. You're going to get taken out, or you're going to get sold out, or you're going to get bugged out. They probably did that to Nelson Mandela. So me, myself, and my household, we're not voting, because it's not going to change nothing. You can't figure out the system. You can't change the system. There is none of that. So to even think that that's even an option, like how they're telling you it's an option, well, hell, y'all been saying the same thing for 400 plus years, and they haven't been listening since then. I mean, they had a casual killing act where they can murk people any kind of way and classify them as some plants. Y'all just not getting it. It's for some reason, when something's popular, when something's trendy, y'all go ahead with it. For some reason, they've been begging for your vote. But before, they were trying to do, what is it, voter ID laws or something like that. I shouldn't even call it a law. It's a regulation or some kind of thing. Code, statute, whatever. I mean, they was trying to get y'all to not vote, but all of a sudden your vote matters. Y'all have to think that maybe they're just getting permission and they're trying to figure out, do you want them to rule over you, and how do you want to pick your oppression? They want to see what's going on in your head. They're trying to figure out you know, they're trying to figure you out, because this has been a tough year, and it might be looking like black people are getting tired and they're getting fed up. So maybe they don't want to mess with you, and they're scared of it. So what they're doing is they're collecting information. They're gathering fake organizations to make it seem like there is a huge group of us that's out there that actually wants to vote, and that can think that the system can change. But of course they're gonna throw in some race traitors, and it's probably gonna be coming from a celebrity, you know, dynamic, where, you know, celebrities think that they can, you know, organize together and manipulate, change, influence other buffoons. Just the coonery buffoonery is a shame, but it's a thing. So they're gonna be using celebrities to get y'all to do stuff, and to make it seem like, oh well, there's people who are higher up that actually think that we're gonna get something. Y'all not getting nothing. Y'all not getting a biscuit. So the fact that this is even a conversation just shows how we lack understanding for what's going on. We're gonna get murked anyway. We're gonna get tore up anyway, until the time of the Lord comes. He's not coming to bring peace. Hell, if we needed a Biden or a president, whatever, President Trump or whatever the case may be, we don't need Jesus to come. Y'all over here going to somebody else trying to ask for a sympathetic oppressor, and I guarantee you their track record's not clean. I mean, y'all gonna vote for a pedophile, no matter what it is, some zoophilia kind of person. So y'all should just know that they're not going to ever select anybody who's going to come into this system and dismantle their whole system of corrupt oppression towards a certain people. They make good money oppressing us. That's really good money. They're not here to make peace with y'all. And actually, y'all not here to seek peace from your oppressors. And that's biblical too. So I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be voting and asking for a pale-faced person to come up in my home and make some rules when I can't even make rules for them. Y'all sound stupid. Y'all can't make no rules for them. You can't vote yourself over them. So y'all over here talking about I'm gonna vote to make my voice heard. I mean, you call these people up on the phone and they will hang up on you. They'll say wait 46 days to get some kind of response back in the mail. Hell, these people, they don't even this whole system is automated. Mess goes straight to voicemail, no matter who you think you calling on. You calling on the president, you calling on the chief of police, you calling on somebody. They got you know, a David Duke voicemail already on the line. Y'all not getting no answers. That ain't oh my gosh. Y'all, anyway, y'all over here envying your oppressor. So, I mean, y'all gotta do stuff for your own. Take care of your own community. Do stuff on the local level like that. Because it will never, there's no such thing as no trickle down theory. We gotta stop with that. That's how things are going to get done. We're the majority to ourselves, which is a minority. And when we all get together and start doing stuff, gathering together and working hard on one agenda, on one accord, and the Honda Accord as our vehicle, if we want to talk like that, stuff will get done. But again, we got to remember, when we gather together, there's always somebody to strike a rod to disperse us. It happens all the time. So it's never going to be a place of peace. Never will it be. It's not going to come from some bald-headed, bird-nosed, featherless bird, pedophilia-loving, code-speaking, slanderous buffoon who's out here secretly funding some kind of agenda. So, y'all vote don't matter. Your voice don't matter. Y'all don't even listen to each other. Get it together, because this ain't making no sense. And I guarantee you, when you go out there and vote, y'all gonna see that they're gonna lie to you again. They're repeated offenders. Now, if they're gonna be pro, you know, then they're probably gonna get shot down. Something's probably going to happen. Something real bad's gonna happen to them, because they're not on code. The masses of so-called will come for them and take them out. There will be a school shooter lined up, ready to go. There will be a crisis acting agency ready to go to start some kind of war up and say that the president was shot dead. because he was an evil president. Like, you know, they will have some kind of agenda. They will have some kind of news script globally, talking all kind of mess. So be the leaders of your own household if you choose to listen to what I'm saying, and live by an example there, and keep the Most High as your leveling block. Keep him as your step finder, okay? Because we're on a journey. And this is not going to end the oppression. Y'all don't even know what his agenda is. He don't have no contract with you. If there's a woman who's gonna come into power, she ain't gonna have no contract with you. She ain't gonna mail nothing out to none of y'all. Binding herself under penalty of perjury, accepting full commercial liability, stating with fact and truth that she will serve you humbly and willfully and expediently, patiently and lovingly. That will never be the case. Y'all gonna need something in writing. Y'all gonna need your own military, so when they act up, y'all gonna correct them as you're supposed to correct wicked people. Y'all gonna need the whole 9 yards. Y'all gonna have your own government before you try to go govern somebody else, okay? Because the rule of law is govern yourself or you will be governed. These people know we act a fool. I'm sorry, y'all. That's what they always tell you. I'm sorry. That's what they gonna say when something bad goes down. But let it be another group, like the ABCD LGBT two-spirit demon group. They will bow down. They will budget. They will make sure things change. They will acknowledge their wrongs, and they will acknowledge them for whatever creature they're trying to identify with, and make things happen. They will band together and, you know, make something happen. They're not going to do that with us. They will never keep that energy with us. Oh no, y'all out your mind for thinking we're equal. We're not equal. We're not even separate, and we're separate, but we're not equal. It will never be that way. So it's always been a blessing that we can come to our own and get stuff done through our own. We can look at it from a historical perspective, when we have Black Panthers, when everybody was united, for those who did agree with some of the agendas and principles that, you know, Martin Luther King, Pan-Africanism, Malcolm X's, and all these other, you know, ideas was around and about. That was some fear for folks. When we gather, it's fearful for them. So as long as we keep gathering and, you know, doing what we're supposed to do, then we'll be heard. Because God ain't listening to our prayers as long as we're wicked. Yes, slavery is a choice. Because the Most High said, if you don't listen to me, you're going to go into slavery. If you don't listen to me, you're going to get whooped. That's just like any mother and father situation with their children. Don't get mad. That's just the truth. If y'all don't like it, then y'all gotta change it. But it ain't gonna change doing what other people want you to do. It ain't gonna change trying to appease other people. It's not going to work that way. It has to come from a place of order. It's going to have to come from God. God's going to have to lead this whole thing. He's going to have to give us that spirit, and we're going to have to listen and obey. That's how that change comes. So this is going to have to be something divine. But we just know that these people are perpetual liars, perfected liars. They have a perpetual, perfected hatred for us. So there's a thing called a lobbyist group. Maybe y'all should take that vote. Somehow, I don't know. Because this regular poll voting, like some strippers, y'all not gonna be heard. They're gonna throw you a couple of bucks and tell you shut the up, okay? Nah. But anyway, it is what it is. Me, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to relax. I'm not going to believe none of these agendas. And I'm going to keep thinking for myself, because that's what I like to do. And I'm going to watch this not even unravel. I'm going to watch this play out as the game has always been played out. These people are going to lie to you. When something bad happens to you, they're not going to speak up. They're going to throw you a bone and tell you, shut up, get along, forgive. You guys are bitter. You guys are angry. You guys got a victim mentality. All kind of things. It's not going to change. Not with these people involved. The only time change is going to come is when you got to get rid of your oppressor completely. You got to get rid of folks. You just like how they get rid of other nations, leaders. They start murking folks. At some point, somebody's got to get murked. Because it ain't working this way. Begging. Y'all need to be the soldiers. Y'all need to be the arm, the leg, the head. Y'all need to control the food. Y'all need to control what people think, just like how they got thought polices out nowadays. They got the fake cancel culture. They got the fake Me Too movement. They got the they got everything to control all the poor people. Y'all need to have that kind of energy when you're nitpicking other poor people, trying to keep them down, tell them how their thinking is wrong, what they're doing is wrong, and who they're supporting is wrong. All this other stuff, y'all need to keep that energy when it comes to them. Because poor ruling other poor people don't make sense. And when you keep giving your money to the rich, they keep getting richer and you keep getting poorer. And there's a reason for that. So clearly y'all showing that y'all like your own oppression. Y'all keep funding these big places that are trying to get rid of you. Eugenics is a thing. Bill Gates is a thing. He really is a thing. He's so much of a thing I can't even identify him, but there's some kind of group for him. So I'm not falling for it. I don't believe you guys should fall for it. So they don't even honor you as so-called citizens. They don't even treat you like a citizen. You don't get the rights and benefits as other citizens. Y'all stupid. I love y'all, but y'all stupid. Hell, I'm stupid too. But come on, let's sharpen each other. Let's keep some wise words going and keeping the topic controversial. Because we can't be talking on the surface. We got some controversial stuff that's happening to us. So we gonna keep each other intact. We gonna keep each other in line, because these other nations, they can't keep us in line for too long. Shoot, we some rebels, because we sure ain't even listening to God. Shoot, talking about let go and let God go. Yeah, y'all talking about let God go out your life, because he sure is taking flight real quick. He is so sick and tired of us, some of us. But just be observant. Don't be no woke sleep sheep. If you listening to me, it is what it is. Okay?